Alright, class. So many of you might be saying, hey, Mr. Sands, social studies, math, I don't think so. Well, let me tell you something. They go together. And one of the ways that they go together is when we try to find out how many representatives a state, and we're using Georgia as our example, is going to send towards the House of Representatives. Because remember, the House of Representatives, they get the amount of representatives that serve there that is proportional to the state's total population. So, we need to find out X. And X is the total amount of slaves that are going to be counted towards the state's population. So if you remember from prior activity, the Continental Congress came up with this little thing called the 3/5 clause. 3 out of every 5 slaves will be counted towards the state's total population. Okay? So to find out how many is actually going to be counted towards the state's population, we need to take 3/5 and we need to multiply it by the total amount of slaves that state has. Okay? So to solve it, we're going to go X equals 3/5 times 30,000. Because remember, that's the total amount of slaves that Georgia has, over 1. That's going to give us 90,000 over 5. So as many of you might be like, oh, okay, well, fractions are really just division. So to solve this, you're going to put 90,000, and you're going to divide 90,000 by 5. Whoa. That is a huge number. 5 into 9, I don't know. Well, how am I going to solve that? Well, let me tell you. 5 goes into 9 one time. Right? That will give us 5. Because remember, we're going to subtract that. It's going to give us 4. I'm going to bring the 0 down. Now I got 40. Whew, this is a little bit easier, Mr. Sands. Thank you. How many times is 5 going to go into 40? Well, that's going to go 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. Now I got 0. Well, I can bring this 0 down if I feel like it. I still got 0. 5 into zeros is zeros. So I got 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 18,000. So X, which is the total slaves counted towards the state's population, equals 18,000. Real quick, how we got that? Georgia has 30,000 slaves. The Continental Congress came up with the 3/5 clause. So, to find out X, you're going to multiply 3/5 times 30,000. That is, X equals 3 over 5 times 30,000 over 1 equals 90,000 over 5 now. Simple division gives us 18,000. Thank you, and just wait until the very next extremely entertaining lesson for the next mathematical equation. Have a great day.